Everyone gets to listen to me click my mouse a few times at the beginning of every stream. Whoop. There was more in this text file than I thought. Sorry, we'll be with you all in a bit. Alright, cool. Should be good to go. Hey all, this is JDaster64 with some more Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Let us pick up where we left off. Let me move the 3DS capture window somewhere I can see it. In case it decides to disconnect again like it did a couple of times before I started streaming. I don't know if I showed this whole intro before. I do love that we start in the Yoshi Theater. You get a nice little assortment of Mario and Luigi poses there. Alright. So yeah, nice little extra pipe they added here, once again. Nice if you want to replay the minecart minigame for whatever reason.
Hello.
Ah, just in time for the tutorial.
Alright, the hammer tutorial, that's still a thing.
Nah.
Do they actually say no this time?
You can't actually say no, apparently. Awkward silence. That's great.
I totally forgot about that awkward silence.
I realized I had this whole plan for doing level ups, and I didn't take a note of that, and now I've totally forgotten what it is.
Remember how in the original, this tutorial was in like Beanbean Plains sort of area for some reason?
Yeah, it was a spoiler for one screen to the south. It also was like really, really picky about when exactly you were supposed to release. Just mid-text box. And it like yelled at you if you didn't do it at the right time.
Yeah, I remember.
Which is a perfect setup for like actual hammer guarding in that game. For better or worse, they made it considerably less picky in the remake. Filled with suspenders.
Honestly, it's surprising how in just the span of one game, like they improved hammer guards so much.
I mean, sure. We can call it an improvement.
I mean, depends on what your perspective, I guess, but
They're definitely more usable in Partners in Time. You have to almost try. Not like there are enemies where you can definitely like drop the hammer defense if you're not paying attention, like late in the game especially.
I remember those first enemies where you had your hammers, those like spiny shroops. I remember those being really hard to guard for like the first enemy you have to do it for.
Shoot, did I get these blocks? I think I did.
You know, honestly,
right?
kind of the same deal with Sharpies.
I don't think this is gonna tell me accurately. Yeah. Oh well, I'm sure we'll find out that we're missing them way later in the game.
Oh, I mean, you'll still need some things to get, like, blocks in the cave and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think the ones outside of Gavaha ruins technically count as this as well.
Yeah, to the right of this.
I don't think anything in the ruins would count, because, like, those are missable.
Alright, I forgot these are gold rocks now instead of black ones.
Oh yeah, they were black in the original.
That's a nice effect, that little bridge like creaking as you walk across it. These things were so... I am still kind of bad at hammer guarding Sharpies in the original.
Glad to see they still give 0 experience, give or take.
2 EXP per Sharpie.
But occasionally maybe a Woo Bean. Oh hey, a
Really
speed drop.
Well, at least you can actually do first strike damage to these guys now.
This is true. Hammer First Strikes didn't really do anything in the original game. They made enemies dizzy for a turn, maybe. Okay, we're at the point where...
they decided they didn't want to be.
We're at the point in the game where it really doesn't make sense to, like, fight everything. Like, the whole outskirts area has a ton of enemies that don't give a ton of experience, and are...
You can get Muddy Jeans from the, Swarms.
Yeah, we'll do that. I don't remember exactly how much there is to explore right now. I don't think much. It'll be a lot easier to go around.
I want to say they lowered the EXP that Swarms give, though.
It's based off the Japanese version. All of the values are a lot lower in that version for outskirts enemies.
Huh, I didn't know that. I guess they really didn't want you to, like, power level out here.
So begins... and so ends.
I'm sure whatever is going on with that guy is pretty interesting.
I do love that Fawful is apparently just barely off screen.
I know. We're just gonna ignore that.
The Mario Bros. Couldn't be bothered to see it because it was outside the frame. Whoops, didn't mean to hit him. Guess we'll see his attacks later.
You should be critical to hammers, honestly.
Good night, 8 damage? Perhaps I should up his HP and defense on occasion.
Wait, did Mario just do 8 damage and Luigi did 9 damage?
No. Mario just took 8 damage from a hit.
Oh, right. I kind of glossed over that for a sec. I was
No,
just
Mario's doing like 13, which checks out given the power difference down there.
I was about to say, pretty sure they dropped the whole hammer solo thing that went on in the original.
Guess they have a lot less defense. Let's just go over here. I'm sure there's nothing wrong over here. The game's like, no! And for good reason. Even in the original game, if you went over that way, you would get absolutely destroyed by the enemies. Or
It's
more
not
so,
like
even if you dodged, you just wouldn't be able to dent them slightly. Now it's like, technically you could kill them, but they're doing 5 times the damage that it should against you, and vice versa.
That would be fun to see, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
for this
definitely
game's
go over
stats.
there as early as I possibly can. There's plenty of, stuff I can do once I get
Just
to...
watch them do, 48 damage or something.
Once I get the Hammer Bros moves, there's, a bunch of secrets, basically all around this area. Hey, a Woo Bean.
It's a bit, making the game linear for the sake of it, but at the same time, there's really nothing to, see past there anyway at this point.
I mean, you could get lost forever if you just didn't notice the one, entrance into town.
Yeah, you'll pull out Chucklehuck right and enter from the right entrance to the town and think that you just can't go in there at all. But that's just half the joy of exploring, sort of.
Dang it. I wanted to give him another chance to attack. I guess we've seen both the attacks, though. Yeah, if we don't get the Muddy Jeans, we'll probably see them eventually. Gosh, yeah, even the Swarms give 2 experience. There's a lot of minor differences, Super Grizzy. It's definitely worth experiencing if you've played the original, and vice versa. If you like one version of the game, I would suggest checking the other out.
it's like the things that happen don't really change, but like I don't know.
Yeah, like
The mechanics and stats and equipment is kind of a lot different, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Game It Dear.
You can't break that rock. You don't have the silver hammer yet. Because it's a silver rock.
Speed down actually mattered. You gotta love that Mario has double Luigi's speed.
Sharpies always had like a sizable speed stat, right?
Yeah, they had 32 in the original, which I guess Mario does have more than right now. Or equal to, I wasn't paying too much attention.
It's like a lot of the outskirts enemies in the original were always just like kind of unusually faster than you at a lot of points throughout the game.
Where is that music player? Is that just on the main menu? Because I don't think it's in here, right? Oh no, it is in here. So yeah, those are just a new thing they added in this game. You get to listen to the soundtrack, and all the original versions of the soundtrack. And they've got, like, track titles and whatnot. Surely they're not going to block me off here. Even though these guys are also pretty dangerous. Maybe they're less dangerous. Maybe they were actually balanced.
They would hit decently hard. Probably not enough to one-shot you, but...
Let's find out. Boom! Oh, I emergency guarded. I'm gonna have to fail better next time. Yeah, they're definitely weakened. Stop guarding! I want to see how much that does normally.
Not until you change your clothes.
They do take some punishment. They also don't lose their wings for a very long time.
They don't at all anymore, right?
I think they do, but you have to get them really low. And unlike the original game, I assume they still give you the rewards of a Beanie. It's not like the original where they just forget that they used to be a lot stronger and then they give you like 4 experience.
Which is weird because pets nuts don't work that way. At least I don't think
Type
so.
6 now just kind of bothers me. Okay, Mario.
I always thought the Beanbean area pipes just had really weird numbers.
Yeah, it's like, there's 2, 4, 6, and then 5 is in a completely different area, 3 is in the town. It's like, you'd think they would all be, like, adjacent, you know?
Nah.
Whoops. Oh, was this here before? I don't think so.
No.
That's nice. Because otherwise you have to go all the way around.
That one-up block also wasn't.
No, that was there, I think. Maybe not.
Was it?
I thought there was a
remember
thing
that
there.
being there.
But yeah, that's about all we have. Like, there's a little bit more to the east of this, but no new enemies. Nothing particularly. Yeah, see? You can de-wing them. Oh, they do de-level, apparently.
Do you have your advanced bros moves yet? Or
Yeah.
Supers?
I think so. They don't
It's
take...
I want to say it's a lot. Yeah, it's like a lot lower of a requirement to unlock them.
I think basically all of them only take like 5 uses, whereas they take anywhere from 8 to 43 in the original. I mean, like, knockback bros kind of makes sense, being that many.
You're going to
'cause
be using it a lot.
It is kind of the most broken move. I mean, short of just Chopper with the mush badge. No explosion sound when he hits the ground.
Whenever the town is destroyed in the remake, it looks like there's like a slight gray filter over everything.
No!
3D pros moves.
3D.
Just make it so, like, Knockback Bros has, like, a 3D effect. You use it from, like, the background or something.
Oh, 2% off. Yay! Such a stunning stash.
Clearly, their mustaches aren't up to par. Especially compared to this person's.
Yes. Mustache, for sure.
Totally not their eyeballs being closed.
Oh, that mushroom was used in vain.
This track sounds a lot better from the original. Remember when these were giant, weird, creepy spike pillars?
Yeah, just barricades. Now they're
Just-
just random rubble. Facing in the same direction. In fact, they're the exact same asset. I mean, they were before, too, but
There was just like a really like strong shockwave that was unleashed from the left side of town,
yeah.
and it like expanded outward to the right. These guys have creepy looking faces in this version. This conversation was always pretty great though.
Just an average height jump. Shh. Oh, yeah? I see! Gotcha!
Those words being in giant text boxes was always great.
I do love that, like, really long animation of Luigi putting the rose back under his hat. Authorized personnel, how am I supposed to learn about Super Splash Bros?
Or go to the garden area that's very large, yet has nothing in it for some reason.
I don't know, maybe they added some music blocks in there or something.
Yeah, rule of thumb, if there was ever like a weird empty room somewhere in this game, they probably put like a music player box in there or something.
Speaking of weird empty rooms, you'll note down there is a bunch of visible invisible blocks. Very, very faintly visible, but they're there, which is nice.
I like that little effect.
And please explain where you were that whole time? Did you jump over the wall? I just came out of that room.
No, she was hiding like she was hugging really close up to the
Oh,
wall.
yeah, that's
The perspective
right.
this game has, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, the bros are just like, okay. I can't deny that such jumping is the hallmark. I just love that line so much. Yeah, that's a thing that they would do.
I like that I love that they do try to replicate those animations they did from the original.
It's just like
Mario just waving his arms around. You said something about how last part about how the Mario Bros. Don't do plumbing anymore.
Yeah.
But this is a segment.
I mean, they clean out clear pipes in 3D World. That's close enough, right?
They fixed the one pipe in the intro.
It's true.
I love the shading here, this kind of like bluish effect coming from the
Right,
bottom.
even these guys are slower than Mario. I think I must have just leveled up speed. I think I level up BP, actually, because I've done 7 level ups, and Stash was going to be next.
Was the stat-ups by level up in the original always, like, predetermined?
Yeah, the stats you get per level, I think the entire series, modulo weirdness in Bowser's Inside Story.
Except for that game, I think they all do that.
It's meant to be predetermined in that game, but it's just predetermined based off of the wrong character's levels in some cases.
Which is very bizarre. So does that mean the game basically never looks at Mario and Luigi's
yeah, it doesn't care what level they are.
Yeah.
There we are. Luigi, you need to get like a 1 point better stash. What? How did I miss that? I don't know if I'm gonna bother fighting everything, honestly. There's just a lot of the same 2 enemies in here. At least they're not that terribly defensive like they were in the original. That gives you a lot more time to react.
Yeah, I was gonna say, these guys have a really easy guard in the original, and then a really annoying one. I'm pretty sure all the games that have rank up bonuses have those, like, extra stat-ups on levels.
I don't think Bowser's Inside Story, the original, did. Maybe Dream
probably
Team
not.
did.
Well, Bowser's Inside Story doesn't have any rank up bonuses, right?
Oh, it has ranks.
It's just gear.
It
Yeah, it has
you
ranks, but not bonuses. It's
yeah,
just
I guess
gear
that's
slots
fair.
and
It
unlocks.
gives you the gear slots, and then it gives you the shop stuff. I mean, it does give you the badge. What does it give you for Mario? I know if Luigi gets there, or is it just both? You get the excellent exclamation points badge.
I don't even remember, to be honest. Badges were kind of such a weird afterthought in the original DS version. I don't remember much about them. I thought they were all just bought in the store.
No, the last one you definitely get from a rank up.
Huh.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those games since like a year after their release. Or like anything from Dream Team onward.
Dream Team definitely has those, because I used the extra power level up for Mario 1 playthrough. Honestly a waste, considering beans exist, but I just wanted to see how it felt.
Not as big a waste as extra power on Bowser in the Inside Story remake. It kind of already gets like 9 a level. You barely notice it. Wow, super syrups. Just handing those out. I suppose I could be using super Splash Bros, or Bounce Bros rather, to speed things up.
Yes, Bounce Bros advance on the Spinies.
Yeah!
Super Splash Bros would be good, though.
Which of these guys have exactly 22 HP? I could confirm this, because I have a stat sheet. They have... okay, 24.
I forget, did you say you did a slight bit of looking into this game's stats and whatnot?
No, someone just basically handed me, like, the raw data. I don't know where they got it. And then we collectively worked to interpret what was there. Like, we didn't know what any of the specifics were, but we knew, like, okay, there's, like, 3 different drops. Like, notably, this one enemy that's missable has a 3rd drop that's exclusive to the Game Boy Horror. And it's some sort of equipment. Yeah, fun stuff. Missable equipment.
But that makes it all the more fun if you get it.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
like-
the thing about, like, the 3DS. the original 3DS Mario and Luigi games, they had like more rank up bonuses than there were ranks, unlike Inside Story.
Yeah,
so,
so
like,
you
have
had
to pick and choose.
I think that's kind of fun though.
No, yeah, for
Spices
sure.
of playthroughs.
Gives you more variance, you know, for when you do
It
your
felt-
second, third, and fourth 40-hour playthroughs.
Hey, some people will do it, and I'm very crazy. I don't know. It seems like from what I saw in Inside Story 3DS, the rank up bonuses just seem so, I don't know, boring.
I mean, the passive lucky one is nice,
Lucky and good, as it's so nicely called.
and like the badge boost one is presumably also decent, but like, I don't know. A lot of the badge boost comes from that one equipment that just gives you extra badge, like, filling every time you do
all
any
stuff,
action command.
That's all stuff Dream Team had. And Paper Jam, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Where's the I get 4 extra copies of Mario?
I don't know, but you can stop time 4 times in a row in Dream Team. But that one takes way too long to fill up.
Yeah, I like
Or you
the...
could use the one that kills your party.
I love how fast the badges fill in the original, especially if you do the excellent versions of them. Like, they take like 3 or 4 bros attacks to fill up. Oh, sorry, special attacks. In that game only, I believe. And not even the remake.
Yeah, Paper Jam was the one game I never got to like max rank just because I was so far away from level 46 when I finished the game.
I don't remember...
I finished at like 38, 39, and then Rainbow rank is 46 in that game.
This extra power is gonna be nice.
I like how almost no matter the game, you tend to finish Mario and Luigi games at about the same level, that being hovering around 40.
Unless it's Partners in Time, in which case it's like barely 30, if that.
It's like 26. Unless you farm Shroob Rexes.
Which is funny, because that game, yeah, if you farm them in one battle to max, that's like level 40.
I've actually never done that, but it's not that hard.
I've done it. It takes like maybe 20 minutes. If that, honestly, with the Ultra Free badge. But yeah, like, do that in one battle, and you're like literally 13 levels higher than you would, and it makes the ending boss considerably
I love
less
the fact
tedious.
that you can actually do that, because that's the game where you can just cancel your turn by canceling running away. So you can just let the Soul Bubble revive things without being forced to take turns, or using like items.
And if you're good, you can dodge their attacks without actually dealing damage to them. The hammer one doesn't do damage, and the jump one is technically avoidable without hitting them. I keep forgetting I have an X button. Yeah, I was gonna say, it probably doesn't take all that long in Paper Jam to hit max rank.
I was sort of binging this series a little bit, and by the time I was finishing Paper Jam, I was just kind of felt like I was done, you know?
So
I was
you
like,
gotta
I'm
binge
good,
them
I
in
think I'm
reverse
good.
order so you get to the good games later.
I started with Inside Story DS because the remake just came out, and I didn't want to pick up the
Okay,
remake.
that is the correct place to start with that game. Anyway. Now that I've made most Mario and Luigi fans mad with my opinions,
Hey, Paper Jam has a really great battle system.
time to fight the same 2 enemies again for the rest of this area. Does that even do damage in this game? Yes, it does 1 damage. I don't think it even does damage if you're, like, at 1 HP.
I want to test if you have the spike badge, if you can first strike jumping on enemies, because you couldn't in the original. Or at least I did that because I remember I assumed that it worked like Spike Shield from Paper Mario, but it really doesn't. First strikes are kind of in their own little like world in Mario and Luigi.
I should be getting excellence even when I don't need to, because I want to say I have to have a pretty ridiculous number of them at the end of the game to get all the...
I am really bad at getting excellent hammers in the later games.
They're way easier in this game than they are in Bowser's Inside Story. Although nothing compares to Bowser's attacks. That is not a syrup game.
I'm bad at just getting... I sometimes don't even get excellent jumps in original Inside Story. You gotta farm the Spinies.
Yeah, just...
I wonder if that wheel is infinite. Also, here's a puzzle I can never remember for the life of me.
The puzzle is just hit them in the most logical order. And it just works.
I don't know if there's, like... if they're going for a puzzle here, or if it's literally just trial and error until you get the right order.
I imagine it's the latter, but it's just like left, lefter, right, righter. It's like kind of the fastest way to hit them anyway.
They should have done those cool puzzles where it's like if you hit something, you activate like the adjacent ones, because I love those kind of puzzles.
Oh yeah. I find it really bizarre that it defaults you to pointing to, like, the bottom right enemy in this group. Like, this is definitely a remake weirdness thing. I don't know if they just changed the order in which they specified the enemies. Because, like, the original game was pretty consistent about always starting you on the front leftish one. Or, like, the front... like, the bottom...
Front top left.
Is it even
it
top
bottom?
left? I feel like it's, like, the bottom side, typically. I don't remember. But it's definitely...
You don't usually see groups of 4 enemies in the original.
Yeah, they're pretty rare, but it's definitely never one in the back row that it starts you on. And that's happened a few times.
But at least you've been defaulting to hammer attacks.
Yeah, I don't know why, honestly. Because Luigi does more damage with them, you know?
Totally.
Mario does a solid 50% more than Luigi still, as it should be.
As as God intended.
Say goodbye to convenient selecting of moves pretty soon. Once I have like 2 more moves in my ribbon.
Again, that water looks nice. I'd say this isn't the weirdest place to find Mario and Luigi hanging out at.
Because of course it is.
I don't think Jump and Hammer in most of the games usually do like different amounts of damage.
They vary slightly in Partners in Time in particular. The jump is definitely
really?
a lot stronger across the board.
Huh. Okay then. But then like the later games on 3DS, they just have hammers as like they have hammers and boots as their own equipment slots, so that kind of makes things different.
Yeah, and Bowser's Inside Story, I don't really remember if there's that much of a difference. All these blocks I missed out on my first playthrough.
What, you never went in that room?
No, why would I go in jail, like, voluntarily?
Because there's a blue coin in there.
No more spinning up the stairs. I mean, yeah, if you're at the point where you're dealing with, like, single-digit numbers, like, you can't really compare them, like, fairly.
One of my favorite lines here: discuss the finer points of foreign policy. Oh wait, the bros don't get knocked over anymore when she lands. I loved in the original when Queen Bean crashed down, Luigi goes like, wow. And then he falls on the ground. Why would I go to jail voluntarily?
Luigi, how do you keep messing up what? These arms have too much health. Please stop.
Oh, time to break out the how real men fight Queen Bean tactic.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, this is kind of the intended way you do this, probably with more bros attacks, but like, yeah, you're supposed to keep jumping on the hands, and then realize that too late that she's walked right up to you, and then have this ridiculously hard to avoid attack. Luigi, please target the thing that's actually hittable with the hammer. So that
at least there is an animation when she's about to swing, because in the original it's just literally like, oh, she hit you now.
Yeah. So yeah, you can actually do like some damage to her now with the hammer. It used to be this did literally like 1 damage.
Yeah, and the original things were just hard coded to take 1 damage from certain types of attacks. So, but that's not a thing anymore. It's just like probably half damage. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the whole deal. Also. Spiky grounds. Good night! 13 damage?
Wait, that's weird.
Duly noted. Don't do that again. Does that happen every time you jump on spikes in this game?
That's not 1 damage? Huh.
See, I'm just trying to farm the woo beans here.
That looks so... I can't tell if that's harder to jump over.
44. Good night. Poor Beanie.
That's the power of the 3DS game's stat scaling. I remember when I first played Dream Team, I was so surprised when I went back to, like, the Goomba enemies around the castle at the very beginning of the game, and I, like, did 100 damage to them with a jump, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, let's just use a nut so nothing crazy happens.
Does that always kill the beanies in the original?
Yes, it does.
Oh. I feel like I've never seen that.
Yeah, if only we had a way to hit spiny things with a jump. Sadly, it doesn't do double damage anymore.
It really is dumb that, like, you weren't taught about how Super Splash could hit spiky enemies, and this is, like, the perfect boss that they... Seems like they really intend you to try and use that on.
Hello? You got 2
You
turns?
might just not know about it.
Didn't she just move before I hammered? There must be a speed die.
Don't things just, like... Don't bosses in some of the games just get 2 turns when they're, like, lower on HP?
See, the funny thing about that, Kondo, is that, like, the new game scaling has been a thing since Partners in Time. But specifically in Bowser's Inside Story, they added 8 to Bowser's level when factoring in power. So it's like, when he leveled up from 1 to 2, his damage only went up from the equivalent of 9 to 10. So like a 10% increase, as opposed to literally double. And they did not really stick by that in the remake. What was I leveling up next? Speed and then defense, I think. Hello, Duchess Zelda. Good morning. I suppose it's morning somewhere.
Wait, I missed it. Does Luigi still poke her?
Yep. I should double check that I don't have any new equipment here. I probably do. Oh yeah, I have 2 badges, of which I'm wearing neither. Solo jumps restore HP. Seems useful for the guy that has low HP and does a lot of damage. Yeah, that effect is always just kind of eh. Like the whole get more power as you kill enemies thing.
Ah, yes, in a game where most of the time you're only fighting 2 or 3 enemies per battle, and basically no bosses tend to summon more things.
Dang it, let me read about Super Splash Bros. Already.
Oh, right, you can't go back in there until you beat Cackletta, I think.
I want to say they completely changed what's in that room anyway.
Or maybe it's when you come back from Chucklehuck Woods, never mind.
That thing is a badge. It sure is. Oh, frick, I realized I was wanting to... How does that even work? Give me a sec.
What are you looking to do?
I meant to have my 3DS Amiibo reader thing. I don't remember how that works,
Oh, right, Amiibo stuff. Yeah, I have no idea.
I might not be able to do that until later anyway. Why is this unskippable? Or did I just force myself to do it? I guess it's unskippable so you have the old animation. I mean, higher stats. Power up for defeated enemies would be great in dreamy battles. just 10% per enemy. Ah, dang, this is when that unlocks. Yeah, Luigi, I'm gonna have to... you can have the bean badge. Oh yeah, you can definitely have the bean badge. Far better. Everyone always says this, and I have never seen a citation for this. Like, I swear, like, this is not a thing. Not that I have ever gotten to level 99 in Dream Team.
What are you talking about?
The whole Luigi going faster than Mario. I refuse to believe this is a thing, because most of the later...
I've checked the stats. Like, in Dream Team, after you hit max rank, every stat up is +1 per level.
Yeah, that's just what the newer games do. So, pardon me for a sec, I'm gonna go look for my Amiibo reader thing.
Yeah, no, I've watched this Let's Play from Fat Guy too. Like, I remember him bringing that up, but I don't know why he said that, because that's just not true. I mean, I guess if you, like, force-fed Luigi, like, 100 speed beans, maybe that'd be the case for you, but if you're just talking strictly leveled up stats, it's just... no, that doesn't happen. Enjoy the very sad, dire music as he's looking for his Amiibo thing. No, that's just partners in time. The babies just always get, like, absurd amounts of speed. They're always going to be faster than the adult bros. Pretty much, I don't think any of the Mario Luigi games have anything where, like, oh, at level 90, this stat goes way up. The only thing I know that does that is, like, Onion Knights in Final Fantasy, where, like, their whole gimmick is once they hit the 90s, their stats skyrocket. And also Edward from Final Fantasy IV does that too.
Now, the babies in Partners in Time, they do, in fact, gain a ridiculous amount of HP for, like, levels 96 to 99, and that I can verify.
Oh, really?
Okay, so we found the thing, we
all
found the
grown up.
batteries. How does this actually connect to the 3DS again? I don't know.
It's not gonna require your, like, cable slot or something, is it?
There's no cable in this. I assume it just connects via, like, Bluetooth or something, but I don't remember how that works.
This looks so out of place and I love it. Like, the city's destroyed, the music is blaring, and all the citizens look like they're dying.
And
then
this
this
guy's like,
amiibo dude's
hey,
just
you
like,
heard
hey,
these thing
hey,
about
what's up?"
stamps?
I think this guy has his priorities wrong.
Yes. I mean, not exactly like that. Mine's kind of blocky.
It's
Where-
34, right? The level you want Bowser to be at if you want to level up Mario and Luigi in that game.
Infrared transceiver. Ah, that's how it does it.
I saw a video, but you know, if you lit 2 candles, you could use that in place of a Wii sensor bar, and your Wiimote would pick up on it.
No, yeah, I used to do that, actually. I used my monitor's, like, on light and the on light from the gamepad charger to point towards the docked gamepad and monitor as a sensor bar.
That wouldn't be more convenient over just using a real sensor bar for my purposes, but it's interesting what you can do.
It's really funny, though. Oh, don't make me do that again, for crying out loud. I had to prove that I had it first. I can't... Oh. You literally wanted me to tap the bottom screen. You can't prove that was an amiibo. But whatever. It wasn't. It was my finger.
I like that piece of art, though. On the stand. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Presumably those have a thing to do with specifically the Bowser's Minions mode. Oh, I do have a Luigi Amiibo. Let me get that one too. I forget what you get for the subsequent ones.
Is it like Breath of the Wild amiibos where you can just summon fish from the sky with them?
I will definitely be showing off the different amiibo powers you get from all the ones I have, whenever I get around to playing Robobot, because that's just fun.
I'm sure it is, but man, I just hope they drop amiibo functionality in games. I would be very happy if they would
Oh,
stop
do I have to
doing
do that in the records thing, or what? Okay, yeah, stamps. There we are, we got the brews. Yeah, those are the only ones I own that are compatible. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I think that's what you get for basically every other one you have. So you can speedrun getting all the drinks. Well, that's about it. And you could already basically get all the drinks by the time the town's back to normal anyway.
I was gonna say, it's not open yet, is it?
Yeah, it won't be open until after Chucklehuck Woods. Alright, what do we actually got here in the way of, what's this person of indeterminate gender, apparently? No. Definitely not a mustache. I don't know what you're talking about. These are not cool. Oh, good.
I don't know. Is the 10 defense really worth looking uncool?
I'm just gonna get one apiece, I guess. Whoops. Here, have a second pair. Oh, that's nice. You can actually switch.
Trendy pants popular in Hoo Hoo Village, which just begs the question why Hoo Hoo Village doesn't
This
have
is just
its own shop.
outrageously bad. Why would I ever buy that? That's just really bad.
What, because it's for tourists?
Yeah, yeah. Alright, let us check out that Chucklehuck badge we got. Oh, hey! Way better than anything else. What do you know? It's almost like they really want to reward you for having the,
Good old pay to win.
Yeah, yeah. You only need one amiibo for it, and you can eventually get it. But I think it's only a rare drop from gold beanies.
Did the Choco Village used to be a steal from Swing Bros?
Yes, I think it was also from gold beanies. Alright, so now we're gonna be...
It was either that or the Chuck guys, I want to say.
Anyhow. We can get moving. Actually, first let's see if we can actually go to that upper area. I'm curious. Let's see what difference we have here in power. Is this secretly a speed star and it gives me more experience for a turn 1 kill?
Item grab.
No, thankfully. Didn't even get an item, did I?
Don't think so.
Wow. What a garbage item. How? Okay, I was gonna say.
You see this gap up here you're about to spin jump across?
Wow, that was fast. What about it?
I just remember it being really hard to like spin across in the original. You had to be standing on like the very edge.
Yeah, they give you room here. Let's actually
Also,
check out...
the spin jump also just goes farther.
What do the muddy jeans do?
Isn't that the one where it says like attacks by slow enemies?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know that I want the speed, honestly. Yeah, it blocks attacks, which is to say, you don't get hit by them because you move first. Oh, they're gone! We're going to prematurely save.
Because we can do that in these newer games, by the way.
This one specifically. Maybe Paper Jam as well, I don't remember.
You can do that in Dream Team. Dream Team, Paper Jam, and this game. But yeah, these paratroopers are like have really high base speed.
38? Well, I'm just dead now. In easy mode. Yeah, this guy threw me off because of how slow he was compared to the original game.
I was gonna say, like, oh my gosh, why is that so slow?
Look at this single-digit damage. Let's look up what their HP values are. I want to know what that battle guide is. That battle guide is, please don't fight enemies that are 20 levels higher than you. Tanubas have 101, paratroopies have 92. I don't think I'm gonna stick this one out.
Okay, that's like double what they had in original, I want to say.
There are multiple reasons why. I mean, sure, we'll go another turn just for fun. And this is why it's not worth your time. That was literally all the health I did, damage I did. They just healed there.
I just imagine Luigi being like, really, man? You can't take, like, one hit?
Hey, at least I didn't have to take a second hit immediately afterwards. Hey, and now we're in perfect peril.
Where's the Dire POW badge when you need it?
I know, right? Alright. Let's just be lame and heal that extra damage back.
Again, because we could do that, because we're playing this version of the game.
I could have also just loaded my save. But what's even the point?
Like, you go to Beanbean Castletown as a tourist, you ask where the inn is, and they're just like, what?
Actually, I could, theoretically...
You could go to the University. No.
Theoretically, I could go all the way to the right side and go open that other pipe. That seems like more enemy dodges than is worth.
Oh, you want to go say hi to the Bob-Ombs?
Yeah. Most fun attack to dodge in the whole series.
They did change that, too, I don't think. They're also weak to fire, which I find kind of funny.
Sadly, it doesn't instantly explode them. That would definitely make things easier. Look at this attack power. 36.
Oh man, look at this speed. Look at all of these attacks you're avoiding.
I don't even have the jeans on. Thank you, extra ledge. This is a needlessly tight spin jump. Especially if you go at an angle on accident.
I feel like it's also a bit inconspicuous just because you can't really see what's above. You might not think to spin upwards.
There's not really too much in the way of exploration we can do yet. I want to say one of these... That just opened on its own. One of these X's used to be like a really inconspicuous, like, pair of patches of grass. And there's a lot of ones that are like that.
Well, I want to say the one on the left you could see visibly, but then that other one you couldn't. It was one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this screen had two Chuckle Beans. Also, I love this song. This song sounds so cool in this version. I mean, it sounded cool in the original, but I really like how it sounds here.
Yes, because cola is a thing that is brewed. Oops.
It is, isn't it?
I guess?
I mean, we used to have a Dominion root beer brewery around here, but maybe they also just brewed other types of drinks there. I remember my parents took me to a brewery tour when I was a real little kid. And they had root beer.
Oh, hey, look, it's...
But no, they did not have a needlessly complex barrel maze.
Hey, look, that's definitely Luigi there. You can definitely see Luigi's hat.
Can you jump with him? You did do a high jump? They gave Popple like a voice, right?
I don't
Like a
remember.
slight sort of voice.
What is this piece of paper here? I can't read it.
It looks like a wanted poster with Popple on it.
Yeah, I don't know what that other one was either. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check out that accessory when I get it. Oh, yep. There's a sound effect for sure.
That is not what I expected him to sound like. Good old 3DS Bowser looking twice as big as he used to. Popple's such a fun character. I used to always just love seeing whenever he'd pop up. And he gets his own battle theme.
That sound effect is just so weird. I'm surprised Popple doesn't take a lot more damage, honestly.
He always had like weirdly high defense, especially in his third fight.
Ah.
I'll be taking that. Steals your golden mushroom.
Yeah.
I wonder if Popple said that in the original, if he was still alive. I don't even... It's been so long, I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I usually have Popple dead by the time Bowser does that. Or sorry, Rookie.
Yeah, I'll definitely be targeting him now. I assume he's going to probably heal Rookie. Maybe not. Maybe he'll use it on himself. 26? Didn't that do 40 against Rookie? Or was I not paying attention? Ah, come on. Ow. Okay, fine. Don't use your mushroom that you stole. See if I care. Is he just literally never gonna use it?
He's playing like how most people play RPGs with their healing items.
I guess I just get it back then. No!
I'm so torn on this remix, because I think it sounds really great when it first starts, but then the later parts of it don't sound that good.
I don't know. I think it's the electronic lead that sounds a little weird. Like
I think it's the little weird piano that I don't like. Sounds kind of... I don't know, it just sounds off to me.
Wait, did Luigi seriously hit a level up that Mario didn't by 1?
Yeah, 1 EXP. Also, this is another weird quirk of Superstar Saga, like, for, like, early mid-game, Luigi levels up faster than Mario, but then Mario catches back up.
Yeah, independent of them being separately controlled characters for parts of the game. That's just a thing for some reason. Mario, how did you even manage that? Ooh, blue jeans. Automatically restore. I'm sure it's only 1 lower defense. Luigi's just gonna be unkillable now.
As he should be. I like all the extra detail here with like all the broken bottles and stuff on the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, man, I liked in the original where when you freed that guy, he had like a giant text box of like 15 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Whatever sound that's supposed to be.
It's interesting that the tune just sort of dips out for a bit there. I feel like there should be something... I really love the lighting in this area, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's great.
How it, like, dynamically shifts to be more blue towards the corners.
What is that metal flooring there? That feels weird now that I look at it. No! I want to get all of the non-existent blocks in the... Oh, there is a block over here, never mind. I don't remember there being a block there.
And that is why.
Maybe I just never check over. Maybe I just never check over there. Oh no, it's just one of those.
Okay, now I wish to master. Don't want to forget about the block. Like after you force me into a cutscene. Mini. That made no sound when it hit his brother's head.
Because this is something Mario and Luigi need to learn. They need to learn that when they get hit by a hammer, they can shape their bodies. Sadly, Mario can't walk on top of water when he's like that. That would have made the whole ocean sections way easier, I guess.
Press the button. We're lucky this game didn't have voice acting. They had to sloppily edit out the names of the buttons because they flipped them all around.
Characters with like overly thick accents like those two are honestly they're way funnier in text. There's just some certain things voices don't translate well to. Also, this trick still is a thing. Except I want to say now, Luigi takes like 4 HP per hit.
Yep. These footstep sounds are very nice.
I feel that way in Sunshine, especially. Like, there's just some games where I like hearing the characters walk around.
I love that we don't just instantly teleport to this scene. For some reason, we walk in.
Oh yeah, you have to walk back.
Well, I mean, I think it auto-walked me still, but, like, it's weird that they bothered to change that.
They apparently don't take the goblets.
This is true. Infinite coins. I'm curious how many coins you actually gain per hit. 1129.
It's just one coin, right?
We'll find out. Yep, 1 coin per 4 HP.
It used to be 1 HP for 1 coin, but I guess that's a little too good.
Yep, you can definitely just farm infinite money and just heal it back with mushrooms that way.
Not really much of a reason to do that, though. This game doesn't have that, like, golden equipment that some of the other ones do. Also, sometimes in the original, I would do that, like, music glitch where I would have Luigi in the ground when I transitioned to the woods so that I could have the chateau music playing the whole time. I always liked it more than the forest music.
I like the remix they did of this. Ugh.
Forest music's not bad, but you don't get to hear the chateau enough compared to it.
Good night, that was actually kind of fast. And I've immediately healed back all my damage. And then some. Oh wow, that's like so little. It's like a 5th or a 20th of the damage I did.
Unfortunately, if you reveal a gold beanie with Mario, it's probably just gonna run away in between turns.
Gotta love it when I hit a block and then find out it was a multi-coin block after the fact.
Well, I would hope the game wouldn't throw just a 1 coin block this late in.
Alright, so now that I have these tools, I could do a lot more exploration. I'm going to elect to save that for the beginning of next stream, probably. And maybe farm some Woo Beans off-stream. Because getting to the requisite number of those to cook all the drinks can be a little tedious.
Yeah, no, like, fast way to grind for Woo Beans.
First striking Sharpies and hope they drop them, basically. With the Chucklehuck badge, preferably. I need to, not rely on my muscle memory as to what's gonna be targeted. Because I keep assuming it's gonna target the front one. That seems like very forgiving. Like the time window for jumping over that. Yeah, okay. It's a moot point, because Luigi can't quite one-shot. Actually, can you still first strike by dunking under something, I wonder?
Good point.
Yeah, I might actually get to kill this guy. Oh right, we have knockback bros. We'll do that later. I want to make sure this guy dies.
It's a nice shiny effect.
Ah, that's right. They've got the spike badge is their rare one. I want it though, so I'd better get one. 12. Is this stash? No, this is BB. Right, because Luigi leveled up first.
I don't think dunking under enemies never caused a first strike. It would like launch them up in the air and then sort of stun them. It was weird.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think it let me come up under it. It like did a you can't do that sort of sound.
Like a
That was a little on the early side. Kind of weak.
So I'm just saying this just from what I'm seeing, but the way they use the circles to convey when to like hit the buttons just seems weird to me.
Like you have to hit it right before it gets to its minimum possible size.
I'm just only used to all the other games where it's just a flat press the button now sort of effect. It's not even the Inside Story remake uses that.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird. This is also the only game in the series to have these kinds of bros moves, so...
Hammer, if you say so. That is what it is.
Oh right, Mario does that when he first hammer strikes. He just says it as he does it. I love that.
You definitely get very diminishing returns on those late hits.
But like I said last stream, I wouldn't be surprised if Chopper Bros is the sole reason for nerfing lucky hits in this game.
I mean, it's not like lucky hits on 1 damage moves does much. Ugh, that was a miss. The Chopper Bros is just kind of awkward to input in this game, I feel.
I mean, I'll still mess it up in the original sometimes, but that's just because I get greedy or something.
Yeah, you gotta get those 2 extra hits in.
Yeah, how are you gonna get the 10 excellence in a row now?
Yes, you're both correct. Hammer is what I should be using. Wah! I do love when they use the old sound effects for that. Ah, I can't change. You don't get to hear the ho-ho-ho.
Man.
You'll have to wait till I have more options, I suppose.
You'll have to wait till Oho Ocean where Mario made that noise when he stepped on the spikes for some reason.
I do love that these are just haikus and the game didn't bother to call them that. Please explain how I didn't get a first strike there. Did he walk off the ledge to hit me sooner?
Yeah, it looked like he just ran into you or something.
Oh, come on, I keep doing it slightly early.
So yeah, these things are critical to hammers now, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I got the jump badge. Clever of them. So I stop hammering.
Get the jump.
Even though that's not what that does. Oh right, I've got this too. That's not bad. Oh, is that like a power-up thing? That's better. I mean, it's on Luigi, though. There's also, like, this weird, like, discrepancy where I think some of these have to do with the first actual attack, and some of them have to do with the first strike.
Yeah,
Or at least they are not consistent as to what they do.
Well, are there? I don't remember these games having that where like your first actual attack is powered up. That doesn't sound like an effect I'm used to seeing.
No, they are, though. Popple Badge AA. I'm looking at my notes. The first
Oh.
striker does 2 times damage for the first turn, which is not what a first strike is, whereas Strong Start does 1.5x damage for the first strike.
So it's like starting with Super Strike or something.
It's like, it should really be renamed to be the opposite of that. Like, I think any POW up and defense up effects show their stats as part of their base stats in this, so, like, this is just better. If that is indeed a POW up. And if it's not, I mean, I don't know what it means other than just powering me up in battle. Either way, this is strictly better. But I should check later. Maybe it'll end up getting better.
Is the POW up status for badges all that great?
I don't... Well, we can find out by consulting my list. What was it, a rookie badge? Yeah, 50% to base. Which, I mean, not bad by any stretch, but
okay,
apparently it
I
barely beats whatever I have on already. And it's temporary. So I might as well just put on the get the jump badge. How dare the out of bounds block my hammer strike. Yes, keep dropping those woo beans. If you think I'm dropping the Chopper Bros inputs, just wait till I get the advanced Chopper Bros.
I never liked that move to begin with. But now you're basically forced to because it's stronger than regular Chopper, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it? Or is it? I don't know, actually.
I don't know. Let me use some syrups out of battle. We've got them. Might as well use them. Yeah, I'm trying to go for the super moves, yes.
Yeah, it's like starting with this game, it feels like their description translators kind of were... You could notice the smaller paychecks coming in.
I mean, maybe the descriptions were just never that good, honestly. It's entirely possible.
Well, they were usually... It's... I don't know. It's like a bit of both.
I meant in the original language.
Yes, no. It's like, I get what you're saying. I do miss the old advanced sound effect because that was always nice.
Yeah. It was fun. I need more gold beanies, dang it. Alright, what does this look like, and how horribly am I gonna... Good night, 10? Oh no! What a waste.
Maybe you should set it to easy difficulty.
It's so easy to mess up those hits.
At least Luigi gets to awkwardly carry Mario back still. Speaking of just, man, were the animations where you failed all the inputs of these attacks so great.
I want to say they added that last bit here. If only hearts were so easily mended. Also, they totally broke the haiku in half there. The green bee barrel man was meant to be the last line of it. Ugh. Well, that was 10 BP well spent. Ooh, red peppers. Please do. Or don't, see if I care. They don't make that boot sound if they fail again.
They used to also make a really nice face.
Yeah. Luigi, you can't think of this super move. Mario initiates it. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate this in the remake that Luigi actually gets to come up for the supers for most of his own moves now.
I mean, he does initiate them technically in this game, given that they are separate menu options.
Also, yeah, I remember you saying that in the Fat Guy playthrough. That blew my mind back then, where it's like, wow, Mario does initiate all the advanced moves for all of them except for Cyclone.
Jump. Whatever. What is this sacrilege? That option is definitely called a and you can't tell me otherwise.
I don't remember my Mario making that noise.
Ugh, early again. One of these days, I'll successfully finish that entire action command. Super knackback. This one's not terribly much easier. For one, I forgot to press A there. Oh, I don't have enough to use that either. I'm gonna have to use more syrups. Fury status is a myth. That doesn't actually exist.
I want to see what Mario and Fury status looks like.
I mean, that's just called the Daredevil boots, I'm pretty sure.
I remember back when the Berserk badge in Paper Mario was like this weird internet sort of half myth on YouTube, like a long time ago. And everybody was like, whoa, that's like Anger Mario or something.
And now it's just... I should have seen that one coming, I suppose.
And now it's just a sigh, followed by weird noises.
What a perfectly good use of 6 syrups. I'll fill those 2 last BP, I guess. I dislike that this guy no longer splits into 3 parts.
He looked way creepier in the original. Now he actually just looks like a tree, as he should, instead of this weird mask-looking guy.
Yeah, now Berserker is, like, absolutely necessary for every Paper Mario difficulty mod out there. It's just standard fare.
It's just there for fun, if nothing else.
It's gone a couple of levels up the iceberg.
Is there a Paper Mario Iceberg YouTube video yet?
But Quake Bounce, that one's still up there. Poor guy, I already lowered his speed.
What about Quake Stomp?
Ah! I keep hitting it slightly early! I swear, it takes longer to land. Well, thank you for attacking twice. Okay, I actually got that one on the first try. I swear I didn't even hit one of those buttons, it just came out on its own. Dang you golden beanies, give me the spike badge. That's a hard one to get, actually. Am I right in that they still drop the spike badge? Yeah. It's an 18% drop. And you have to get it via a normal drop because the Chucklehuck badge is their Game Boy Horror one. They're one of the few enemies where it's not the same in this game as the rare drop. Ah, whatever. Close enough. You get the idea. It goes on a long time. The gold beanies still do 999 damage like they do in the original Superstar Saga Plus. Before Nintendo stole my idea. I was hoping he'd fail to run away. Yeah, I like that whole thing about how gold beanies worked in Dream Team, kinda. It was fun, and they give beans. Win-win. You guys feel like actually living a little bit this time? Apparently not, because you brought backup.
Or maybe it was the Fuzz Bushers where you needed to use Swing Bros on them to get something.
Yeah, they have the bubbles gear. Also, I realized that's not even a thing that the Chuck guys did in the original game. Their attacks are like a thing you jump over, and then a faster thing that you jump over.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
They don't have a hammer attack in the original game.
Also, their tail was really weird in the original.
Yeah, they do a tiny little hop to indicate which one they're doing, and it's like very hard to notice. No, they always hop. Let me actually get hit by this and see if I can get poisoned. Apparently not. That can poison in the original game. We'll see poison eventually. I'm not gonna have 60% poison dodge equipment on the whole game. I feel like rooms like this are so easy to miss Chuckle Beans just sitting on the ground. Because of the lighting.
Yeah, in plain sight.
I do love how much more forgiving the range is. Like, okay, didn't quite work from there. Like there, barely touching it. Still counts.
Also, you can do this with like the bros being close to each other, whereas in the original they had to be like as far apart as possible.
Case in point, the Chuckle Bean right in the middle of the room that I missed.
Does that rock have eyes? Oh no, that's a butterfly.
This is the site of the single removed Chuckle Bean in the remake.
Or you had to have Luigi go underneath like all these gates. And then you also had to know where it was too, right?
Yep. Okie dokie. Almost missed the definitely visible Chuckle Bean that is still in this room. But no, yeah, you had to do this and then know that there was a basically unmarked Chuckle Bean somewhere in this area and pop out in exactly that spot. Yeah.
There's no way to lower this gate, right?
Nope. It's just a gate.
So like, yeah, you can't even use like Mini Mario to check for it.
Nope. I'm just gonna wait for the gate to close here. Oh, it auto does that. In the original game, if you do it before the gate goes back up and then just hit that button, it's supposed to make the gate drop, but it just does nothing. Because the
Yeah,
gate's
I
already
remember.
down. Hold on. Did I miss something? Apparently not. It's weird that the purple one wraps... Oh yeah, it does wrap around that way. I pay attention to topography. Obviously. All these refreshing herbs to cure all of the poison that is definitely, like, being inflicted on me, even when I'm trying to inflict it on myself.
Good old status effects in these games.
Okay, for real. Poison me this time. There we go. That's not what poison does. I don't have liquid ooze or... No. What's the... what is it called?
Poison heal.
Poison heal, yes. Opposite of that. Hey. It doesn't do
There
the
always were some-
sound anymore.
Yeah. Aw. There always was some really weird equipment regarding status effects where, like, in one of the games it's like, deal double damage to charred enemies, and it's like...
Oh yeah, that's a thing in this game. There's a few of those. I will
okay,
I will
sure.
call out the actual stats of anything that has vague numbers, because I do have them handy from my first time through. This is
How often
Stash.
do you see things get charred in this game?
Not at all, unless I'm explicitly wearing equipment that makes that happen. I should be using my hammer because it does double damage. I could have killed him twice as hard. The sequel scarf? Why is it called that?
This isn't the sequel game. Or is this also somehow meant to be like a sequel to Super Mario RPG?
Nice. The room glare. It may not be as broken as it was, but it's still nice. It's just yet another like multi-target option for Luigi.
Yeah, that didn't work that way in the original.
Nope. Just kept targeting the one. You could do like literally infinite damage with it.
But that thing would never die until you failed the action command.
Yep. Gold beanie. And it's gonna run. Nope. I called it though. I realize I should have probably targeted the other one. Okay, it doesn't matter. Stop with the fricking super syrups.
That's the wrong order of rare drops. It was supposed to be the other way around.
Six. I do wonder what determines that.
Don't tell me it's like a percentage of the damage that was meant to be inflicted.
Well, that doesn't explain why I would have taken 13 from
Yeah.
that. Like, is it just a separate attack, essentially, the enemy has? That's based on their attack stat and your defense?
It sure seems that way.
That's so weird. Like, in the original, it's just, like, random damage from 1 to 3. In most others, it's just 1. Now it's just, like, an attack, I guess, that does... You know, Mario, I wish you'd just deal the damage and not the status effect. Because that makes it harder to get gold beanies. See? Case in point. It was worth a try. Actually, it doesn't matter. If this were to make one, then I'd still be able to kill it before it gets a turn. I don't know why this one didn't feel like moving. Joke's on it, I guess. Yeah, I really wonder what's just kind of objectively the hardest Mario and Luigi game, if you were to go into each of them with no prior knowledge.
To be honest, like, when I played through Paper Jam, I was finding a lot of the attacks really hard to guard.
Yeah, like, I found it the hardest to guard, and that was as one that had played 4 Mario and Luigi games before. Like, they really pulled out all the stops with the trickiness.
Like,
Probably my favorite part of the game.
It's kind of like the opposite of what you'd expect, but I actually do feel like the games kind of get harder as they go on. Except Partners in Time. I took
it
that
was like,
over
except Partners in
sure.
Time. The one that you're, like, the most underleveled, and it doesn't matter at all.
I definitely would call this one the easiest, though. Just, I don't know, just by virtue of, like, numbers in general are a lot lower around, and just attacks are way less extreme than they get.
I don't know, though.
The later ones.
You've got the really hard defensive
moments.
timing, is the thing, in the original game, at least.
Yeah. Like, it has its moments, for sure.
Luigi just doesn't do anything. I thought that was
Or
a block.
you'll just have attacks like Chucklehuck, which are basically unavoidable.
Some are literally unavoidable. That is not the sound that he made in the original game. Oh, I can't first strike.
Oh, he doesn't do his weird Mamma Mia that Luigi also makes later in the game.
I was expecting that to be slower.
Here's a weird staple this series has.
Yeah. Is there any game that doesn't have a Wiggler boss?
Nope. They all do. Even Paper Jam.
Well, that one I remember. I don't remember if Dream Team had one. I'm sure it squeezed one in there
It did.
someplace.
It did. You fought Popple and a Wiggler at the same time.
I realize using Chopper Bros is a bit of a risky move.
Oh yeah, Swiggler totally counts.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't do any damage. And if you do that, it makes all the segments turn red again. Okay, so the real move is to use Super Knockback and hope that you randomly turn all the segments yellow.
Remember in the original how you could just basically one-shot this guy? He had like, what, 49 HP or something?
I don't even think
Maybe
it was that
even lower.
much.
Yeah. Maybe it was like 30 something.
Just out of curiosity, does this do comparable damage? I think so, right? Didn't it do about 50? Wow, he didn't even go into Fury. I guess he's constantly in Fury. Being a Wiggler and all.
I never thought about it, but I guess it's a mechanic that makes sense considering in the 2D games Wigglers were basically invincible.
Yeah, Hydreigon. Partners in Time is definitely not the hardest. Or second hardest. There are too many gimmies that game gives you to get you out of any dangerous situation. It's just a numbers game. Like,
Yeah,
if you choose to
bosses-
fight nothing, then yes, it's tedious. Maybe you'll eventually
gonna
lose by
say-
war of attrition, but like...
I don't think the bosses are hard in Partners in Time. They're just HP sponges. They just take longer than they do in some of the other games, whereas, like, The two like original 3DS games, I think, just genuinely have very hard attacks to guard.
Yeah, Flower Bats, like, Mario Follow is nice, but not when I want to farm gold beanies. And that is
Fair enough.
part of why I definitely don't need to upgrade Luigi's speed at all.
That's my favorite buff of any RPG, the follow Mario status.
That needs to be more standard, honestly.
It really does.
The before Mario status, though. That's the best one. the Dermite string attack. It's probably literally unreactable.
That remake just looked like it had some attacks that just like didn't seem as well thought out.
There are some that are weirdly timed in this remake, but already at this point they seem much better than they were. Like, there were some really early ones that were like kind of bizarrely slow. But part of that is I'm just used to them being faster. Missed the very last attack. Stop leveling up first, Luigi. You're confusing me. Also, why is it that, like, Luigi does not care for me upgrading his HP? Like, I've upgraded it the same number of times as any stat.
It's not like the upgrade amounts you get, it's like
It's
the
like
stat
the
number
stats,
itself,
yeah,
right?
but like, still, I've been hitting about the same numbers on the wheels, too. Okay, that is actually a... Like, the last 2 times I used that move, I swear, it just, like, input the B button for me. It was so seamless. It just really didn't feel like I actually was responsible for the move continuing. I guess it's also, like, right before an A press, which has a lot more impact. Some attacks they just changed in weird ways, period, in the remake too. Like the Dark Star counter where like one of them turns into a bomb and you have to like really quickly react to which one to hit. I don't really know why they had to change that. I was gonna look at the Bubbles gear, because I don't think I ever did. Bubbles gear. Guard against poison.
60% of the time?
Who knows? Won't be wearing it. I'm gonna walk all the way over here, because there's inevitably gonna be a block. And I don't want to ride the bike pads all the way over to find out there's a block. I don't know if Paper Jam's actually all that difficult to beat, but like the actual moment-to-moment guards are way harder to hit than in most other games.
I don't remember if I ever successfully guarded any of the attacks from the final boss.
Yeah, the boss attacks in particular were just kind of like there to psych you out. Like the Boo attack, I remember giving me like the first one where it's just like sometimes high, sometimes low. I remember having to rewire my brain to be like, I'm going to jump unless I see him here, in which case I'm going to resist the urge to jump, which is like the opposite of what you should be doing, naturally.
I almost feel like it's done that way to make Paper Mario feel better. Just like, oh, his guards just, you know, like, it makes it easier.
Yeah, what do you know? Different guard timings, some of which are easier and some are harder. If only they did that more frequently in the series. I swear, that is a really permissive guard compared to the original game. Like, how am I not jumping on these things? Oh, hey, Luigi's finally got enough attack power to hit him in one hit. I don't think the level up bonuses being gone necessarily makes it that much harder. You have the rank ups. To spec out your characters. Oh yeah, these enemies are just respawning.
Wait, but you haven't gone back to Beanbean Castletown yet.
I know, right? That's like the only thing that causes things to respawn in the original game. Specifically going back to there.
Yeah, it is the only thing that does that.
It's the blood moon of the OG Superstar Saga.
Yeah. I had one time when playing that game where I got what the community calls a panic blood moon, and it really freaked me out. Where I had a blood moon happen at like 6 p.m. It happens like super fast too. Like I'm just walking around and all of a sudden the red particles show up and then like the moon shows up and then the cutscene happens and I'm like, oh my god, what is happening?
I was hoping that Rookie would still run around the right side somehow.
Aw. He looks like he barely fits through this forest now. These pathways are way too narrow for his new
I
size.
keep thinking these are block shadows. They're just random shadows. That said, though, there are invisible blocks here, and I'm gonna have to, like, watch out for them. Because I don't know their exact locations.
Wasn't it just all the right side because the right side had like no blocks?
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait for them to spawn. Who beans. Who beans are responsible for cooking stuff that gives you BP and POW, which are like some of the best stats. So of course they're the ones that are the hardest to find.
It's BP and POW that the Who Beans can give.
Yep. Plain Who Beans is BP. With Woo, it's POW. I don't know if Dry Bowser is all that hard. It's just annoying to get to.
I never even did that one. I don't even know what his attacks are.
They're every bit as just kind of like screw your instincts as most boss fights in that game.
I've done Bowser Jr. in Dream Team though. That fight's actually kind of fun.
I don't recall if I did that or not.
It's got fun attacks. Some of them are almost like pseudo Mario Party, where there's one where like a bunch of shy guys have have bombs in a box, and you gotta not hit the one that has it.
Are we really talking over this cutscene?
Oh.
Whoops, I totally just skipped that entire text box somehow. Normally you have to tap twice to close it. He says something about, like, guests of unsavory repute.
We can't stand up to such a beverage.
I love this guy's design.
He looks like he's wearing a potato.
Oh, him too. But I meant the Chucklehuck.
Oh, you meant the giant soda monster.
I do love that, like, this is a perfectly faithful rendition of what he looked like in the original. Kind of a Dream Team design.
Pretty much all the bosses are, really.
I am not going for Super Chopper. Not a chance. That one lucky hit. Oh wow, it actually survived an attack.
Wow, maybe the shield actually means something now.
Well, I'm just gonna normal hammer until it's gone, because I'm not gonna waste BP on, I was gonna say, that's gotta be close to gone. Okay, now we'll go
Like
for
that
super.
like, is the shield its own entity, or doesn't it just still count as his HP pool?
Ah,
Or no?
okay, we're never doing that again.
Super Chopper Bros, never again.
Super knockback, on the other hand. This guy's just got very high defense, to be fair. 48 damage. Now that his shield's gone, he's very defensive. You know, because that makes sense. You can actually dodge these shots now, as Mario. Novel idea. Oh gosh, that's faster.
Yeah, he doesn't take really weird, annoying angles.
It is so bizarre that hammer attack feels like it's happening before I hit the button. That was a nice failure animation. How is that possible? Come on, do your other attacks. Can't you walk up closer? Ah, no. I mean, whatever. We've seen all the attacks. Like or at least in the original game, he'll walk right up to you. I guess maybe that was changed
so does that anymore.
Maybe that was changed so you don't have the literally impossible guards with Mario.
I appreciate the sword attack being faster, because I swear that's one of those attacks I don't think even my first playthrough I ever got hit by.
Yeah. If it was, it's because hammers are garbage for defending in that game, and not because the attack itself is particularly difficult. Oh wow, they actually lowered his defense in this phase rather than raising it to the sky, which makes a lot more sense.
And he can poison you when he's like this, for some reason.
Ooh. Indeed. I had to see. I don't think I've ever seen that before. In fact, I don't think I've ever gotten hit by that attack before, even in the original game.
No, I haven't in the original. It's one of those things. It's like, for some reason, any attack where the enemy like stops in front of you and then just walks at you, like I have a hard time with sometimes.
Oh wow, that lasted for all of one turn, and I can't believe this guy's still alive. We're at the point in the game where like the bosses actually start having some reasonable health, apparently.
I'd always call Chucklehuck like a spike in the original.
No, yeah, he was definitely the first one I got stuck on. For a little bit. Probably the hardest one in the game until, like, at least first Cackletta, if not second Cackletta. Yeah, missing the jump element is really good in the remake. Luigi just bows his head, sadly.
Oh, right, and then you see, like, the top of the helmet.
Well, the one nice consequence of them messing with all my muscle memory is at least I can finally play the solo Luigi sections with one button for field and battle.
As intended. Or as should be, anyway.
Well, at least Luigi will have a reason to be ahead of Mario in levels for a bit. Wait, can I? Nice, I can jump with X. I never have to change my action.
But can you hammer with X?
Wow. That was fast. This is the guy with no power. I shouldn't do that.
That's just the straight. That's just criticals carrying him, to be honest.
But the critical does like 30% extra damage, I want to say.
Is it 30%? I thought it was just luckies that were the 30%.
Well, we'll find out by doing a jump next time.
I thought they'd at least be 1.5 times.
You do have to love that Mario's passport's just closed here. Well, maybe we won't find out after all.
They got rid of that whole little gag where, like, in the equipment menu, they're standing solo, and then they'd hold, like, up a photo.
Yeah, I was
They still do
wondering,
that?
actually, what does that look like? Oh, yeah. Mario's still like, yeah, even though he's not present. Used to be, it's just like, Luigi! Or Mario!
Yeah, there used to be, like, a little, like, animation of the two in, like, the status screen.
Oh, what did I get?
They'd either be, like, elbowing each other, or when they're solo, they're standing by themselves, and then they would hold up a photo of the bro who's missing.
What did I even get from that fight? Was it just a regular item? Oh no, Bubbles badge. Auto restores BP? Heck yes. That's going on immediately.
Yeah, that's not bad.
HP and BP auto game.
Yay, happy flower.
So I did 40 damage before with a jump.
But yeah, I miss being able to just on cue, like, have Luigi hold up a photo of Mario and be like, Mario!
Oh, it even synchronizes the animations, so no long waits. It did that in the original game too, though, to be fair. Yeah, it's 30% extra damage.
Okay then.
53 compared to 40. Tis kinda weak. But it's enough to first strike kill. So that's nice. 50 coins. Coin blocks are just such a waste after a certain point in the original game. Because they only ever believe in doing single coins, basically. Well, there are some that give you like a burst of 5 all at once, but it's just like, why?
You're like, yay, 5 coins at Guarhar Lagoon.
At least the coins in the, boy, I'm gonna keep getting the get the jump badges, apparently.
Meanwhile, by the time you get to Dream Team, there are multi-coin blocks where each one that
100,
pops out
100,
is
100, 100.
Yeah.
I feel like even Partners a Dime just gave you way more coins from blocks later in the game. I mean, like, every single one of those little stump things has 100 coin in it. They actually changed the music here. A Mario-esque fellow and a Lou some other guy.
Oh, you get to hear Castletown music here?
Yeah.
Then not... spoilers. It's fixed up now. Jeez. I love this quick little cutscene with the two guards there. It, like, implies that no matter what business they have to deal with, they just always pull that.
Yeah. I do like using Bros attacks in Superstar Saga specifically, on occasion, because they're very snappy compared to even, like, Bowser's inside stories.
Oh no, yeah, it's just like... I love that most of them are just like 3 presses and then you're done. For the base ones, anyway. A truly repugnant success.
Nonsense. File select music. Dun, 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 dun.
One of my favorite songs of all these games. Even though you hear it like every time you boot up the game.
And through like half of Woohoo University. Oh no, wait, that's only if you do the glitch.
The what now?
If you walk, like if you hit a certain save block when you're alone with Mario, and then walk down the stairs while it's doing the fade out, then you like reload from that position, it doesn't play any music.
I've never done that. I only know the ones where like if you have Luigi in the ground and transition to different music area, the previous music will keep playing.
I forget if I showed that off in my, like, Superstar Saga Plus walkthrough of sorts back in the day. Oh, that's what she's planning. That makes sense. We are prepared.
Don't know why she couldn't have just ruled the world before. She kind of destroyed the town and, like, corrupted the leader of the nation. Wait, Luigi, where's your rose? It's not under your hat.
The University. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Turns out her whole time, her secret plan is attending university without paying tuition.
Nope, still nothing. They look
Alright,
nice, I guess.
Even though that there's all these ledges and hedges to jump across.
Are you guys replacements for the books that used to be here? Apparently so. Super attacks.
I at least wish they had a line of dialogue where they said, like, you know, I read in a book once that...
Yeah. The chest of knowledge. You can't read any of the books. But some folks will spout random factoids at you. I reckon we'll leave things off here. I will very quickly check out a couple of things in this screen. Ah, it changes the music. Actually, what if this was always meant to be the castle music, and yet you just wouldn't know because you always mini Mario into this room?
That is a very good point.
For all I know, because it plays it in this room too, and this is definitely supposed to have the castle music. With that weird, like...
See, it's an M. It's an M for Mario. You gonna talk to the creepy Bullet Bill looking guy?
Hey! No. Don't come if you won't ask.
That's a great line.
Sure? Can I stop there? Tell me more! Green. 13 green pipes. Study a little on your own. Where is the fourth pipe? Oh, it's the upper one, yeah. Like the upper outskirts one. I just couldn't get it before because I didn't have the move. Alright, let us...
I don't know where the other 4 they added then are.
Well, we've seen 2 of them already.
Have we?
The 2 on Hoo Hoo Mountain. One's on the surfing game island. And
oh, right. I know there's...
I forget where the other one is. Probably also in one of the island areas. Maybe... Oh, well, no. It wouldn't make sense if it were Oho Oasis. Unless they
That'd
hit
be funny.
It's just like, you know, why walk across the whole seafloor? Just warp back.
Hmm. I actually don't remember where the other
Oh,
ones
wow.
would be.
It didn't actually restore my health. Well, we got mushrooms. And there's definitely
It's
not a heart
blasphemy.
block directly south of this.
But you're always supposed to get a full heal after boss battles in the series.
Let's fix that right now. Alright, let's actually assess our inventory here. Yeah, we have
No, there was always a pipe at Joke's End.
grow heavier. Oh yeah, that's still a thing, but only barely. We have no coffee. We have enough he beans, almost enough who beans, and enough chuckle beans. Good night. 26 already? To make all of the respective blends. But we need how many woo beans? I'm trying to remember. I legit don't remember. I think you need 10
I
for
don't
a
remember
drink.
because the values are so different.
I think you need 28 in all, so we're halfway there. I'll have to farm a handful off screen, but that won't take that long. But yeah. Alright. Next time we'll do a bunch of side questing and probably Woohoo University. It's in its entirety. But yeah, I'll see you all around.